Billy Joe Saunders became the 7th and latest British boxer to suffer defeat at the hands of Saul Canelo Alvarez. Is Canelo becoming a boxing great? My fight review with Saunders coming up next. Welcome to Joe's Jab, a channel for all things boxing. In today's video, I would like to review the recent contest between Saul Canelo Alvarez and Billy Joe Saunders. Canelo is becoming an all-rounder and a boxing great at the peak of his powers at the moment, and notoriously in England anyways, he's becoming known as a Brit basher. He's now beaten Matthew Hatton, Ryan Rhodes, Amir Khan, Liam Smith, Rocky Fielding, Callum Smith, and more recently Billy Joe. What a fighter Canelo Alvarez is. Let's get into the video. On Saturday the 8th of May, in front of a record US indoor crowd of 73,126 spectators at the home of the Dallas Cowboys, Saul Canelo Alvarez beat Billy Joe Saunders to add the WBO Super Middleweight Championship to his collection, which already included the WBA and WBC versions of this championship belt. Billy Joe Saunders played his part in making this a very intriguing fight though, and caused Canelo Alvarez lots of problems, but in the end Canelo was just too good. The first round was quiet with not much happening in terms of telling shots. Billy Joe jabbed and moved well, whilst Canelo stalked and landed a few decent hooks to the body, which I felt saw him do just enough to nick the round, but there really wasn't a lot in it and it could have gone either way. The second round saw Canelo begin to close the distance down and started throwing some really good scoring punches. This was similar in the third, when Canelo again closed the gap down and threw a variety of shots to both head and body, such as a good left hook, a straight right, and he also started to jab well too. It felt at this stage that it might start becoming a bit of a one-sided beatdown. However, credit to Billy Joe Saunders, because in the fourth round it saw a key change in the contest. Billy Joe jabbed well in this round and started to get his footwork, distance and rhythm right, and landed the better scoring punches to take the round. The fifth was arguably Saunders' best round. It was a really good solid round and landed some key shots such as the double jab and a nice left hook, and ultimately took the fifth round and really started to feel comfortable in the fight. The sixth round was a closer one, with both boxers having moments of success, but I felt Canelo did the better work, especially in the final part of the round, and took it. The seventh was another hard round to score. Not much happened in terms of telling shots, similar to the first. Saunders was boxing on the outside and firing combinations, whilst Canelo was trying to close the distance and land his body shots once more. However, the eighth round was the one which changed the whole fight. Canelo Alvarez landed a hurtful uppercut as Billy Joe was ducking, and it was the turning point. After that punch landed, Billy Joe started to back off instantly, put his hands up to protect the eye, and held when Canelo got close. Canelo, recognizing that he had done damage, grew in confidence and even started to taunt his English rival before trying to fire hard shots at Billy Joe Saunders. Billy survived the round, but his corner, led by his trainer Mark Tibbs, pulled him out of the fight as the eye was looking in a really bad shape. It was later confirmed that Saunders suffered multiple fractures to his orbital bone, so this was a very understandable pullout. In summary, this was a really intriguing and competitive fight. Billy Joe Saunders boxed very well and made it difficult at times for Canelo, especially in the fourth and fifth rounds. Some fans even had Saunders winning the contest by the time of the stoppage. For me though, I personally didn't see that. I had it 6-2 in favour of Canelo, but I can see how some had it closer if you scored the first and the 7th to Billy Joe, as they really could have gone either way. Overall though, Canelo closed the distance really well, and surprisingly early too, considering what a master boxer and mover Billy Joe Saunders is. Even during the periods of the fight where Billy Joe was on top, you never really felt though that Canelo was concerned or worried, and he continued to take his time to try and plant the telling blows. This was a really good fight and a really good win for Canelo. So what next for Alvarez? Well, it appears a fight with IBF super middleweight champion Caleb Plant. This would be for the undisputed super middleweight championships of the world, and would be another really decent fight, and one that I would definitely tune in for. Since Canelo Alvarez's loss to Floyd Money Mayweather back in 2013, he has been on a great run of form, beating top contenders and developing and improving all the way. He has won world titles in 4 weight classes since that defeat, from 154 pounds right up to 175 pounds, and although he's had some close fights, questionable fights perhaps, maybe, I'm thinking the Lara fight, the Danny Jacobs fight, and definitely the first Gennady Golovkin fight, but he's improved and he's becoming the complete fighter. And he's also had some fantastic wins, such as the Sergey Kovalev knockout victory, and now the stoppage of Billy Joe Saunders. I'm really looking forward to what Canelo Alvarez can do in the future. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like and subscribe, and until next time, have a great day and God bless, my friends.